All right, hey everybody. So today we've got OG PS1 Final Fantasy VII. So it's gonna be awesome. Okay, so there are three games that defined my love of gaming. They are Ocarina of Time, Doom, and Final Fantasy VII. I played these games non-stop, and I modded them, and I hacked them. I have hacked all three of these games. Ocarina of Time is the hardest, Doom being the easiest. We've already played Ocarina of Time on this stream before. But we are playing Final Fantasy VII today and Doom tomorrow, so I'm excited about that. Now, honestly, I have not played this game in a really, really long time. Maybe 20 years plus, something like that. Some unholy number that makes me feel old. So, it'll be interesting to come back to it. I only have disc 1, so I don't think we're going to get through disc 1 in 2 hours. Wow. The cinematics on this are pretty off the charts. Thinking about what this must have looked like for the folks that had not ever seen something like this before is kind of crazy to think about. A little bit jerky there. Man, these pre-rendered backgrounds are just so much better than the nice. Super vague memory about that. So I've never played Final Fantasy VI. I mean, I haven't played it seriously. Kind of dinked around with it, but I've never actually played with it before. But man, did I play this game a bunch. Cool, I can use the joystick. Wow, you used to be a soldier, all right. Not every day you find one group like Avalanche. It's a little loud, actually. I think I'm gonna tone down the audio just a bit, because this is a very music-heavy game. Let's put it there. Soldier, aren't they the enemy? What's he doing with us in an avalanche? They're having this discussion while we're already on the job. Didn't catch your name. Colado. Howdy. Well, I'm not interested. Yeah. That's right, I'm out of here. Our target's the North Mako reactor. We'll meet on the bridge in front of it. Alright, Barrett. You know, I've seen a lot of people, they'll emulate the game and they'll run it at, you know, super high resolutions and stuff. Earlier marked text. Cancel. Ooh, that's pretty solid syncing between the video and the 3D model. They probably worked on that a long time. So pushing up and down, I seem to remember it being kind of like arbitrary, feeling which direction the controllers would move. I wonder what the frame rate is on this. 20? Magic. Oh, that time bar is actually pretty interesting. Yeah, he spins the Buster Sword and you hardly see any animation between. I wonder if it's keyframed like that, or if that's just the FPS won't show you any more than those. Kind of feels like you have to sort of just get used to what direction as you're running around. If you push sideways, you're going to go a certain direction. Like some of these are pretty intuitive, like pushing up makes sense there. Random battles. The rate of random battle. Enemy sighted! So, as a kid, none of this mattered to me, but in the past 20 years I've seen criticisms of Final Fantasy VII in this real-time kind of combat system that basically all you do is you just like menu hunt and you're sitting there just waiting for your thing to go and you just hold down the circle button a ton. And to be honest, I think I get it. But at the same time, I don't really care. Good. Yo, this your first time in a reactor? No. After all, I did work for Shinra, you know. Not subtle. Plot dump. I mean, I guess that's the whole theme of the game. Drop that as quick as possible. I like the low resolution. The lower resolution feels better. Especially with the 3D models. There's just lower fidelity and there's less juxtaposition between the two. The gap isn't as wide, though the gap exists. Everything's pixelated. Though the rendering is much better. Phoenix down. This guy's definitely on a crusade. And this guy definitely don't care. Little did Cloud know. know he had a gun on his hand? Yeah, this game is incredibly detailed. This first moment when you realize, oh my gosh, Barrett does have a gun on his hand. This is also the start of the Final Fantasy games that were future-y. This sort of futuristic, steampunk kind of aesthetic. Okay. Yeah, all these cinematic angles and stuff like that, I'm sure was a nightmare. Getting the directions to work correctly. Kind of wonder how they did that. Whew. Already, I'm not sure how I feel about random battles. So I'm pretty interested in doing a deep dive into combat systems in JRPGs and just kind of teasing. Oh, there's so many battles. Teasing them out, and really talking about them. There's so few things that you do. Oh yeah, that you do in in an RPG like this. Like, you run around, you have dialogue, and then you have the combat system. So the combat system is an extremely important pillar, part of its design. And I remember, I don't know if it's still this way. I don't play a ton of JRPGs anymore. But the combat system was absolutely like the unique selling factor for these games back in the 90s. Watch out! Guess I probably should have equipped the restore materia, shouldn't I? Probably missed out. Oh yeah, limit breaks. Dang. That just sparked a little bit of joy inside my heart. Search scope. Okay, so this is interesting. He's got his phases. Searches, locks onto a target, then attacks. It's fairly forgiving. Oh, Breaker's so cool. Definitely gives you time to plan. Alright, so I'm using Bolt because the elemental effect on metal. BT dubs. And the... Oh, no. Crap, I just locked both of them. That translation is not the best because it's like a statement. You should attack when his tail is up. I remember that being confusing as a kid. I was like, wait, why is it doing that? Boom, boom. Oh no, gotta scramble to... Use some potions. Alright, don't attack him. Alright? I mean, it's good. His tail's up. There's not much else to do. Gives you time to heal. Can I get Barrett to punch Cloud to get his limit break up? It's like one thing across. So one of the nice things about this combat system is that it's really pretty darn straightforward. Beep beep beep. Why are you picking on Barrett so much, man? Man, that's so much easier as an adult than it was when I was like 10. Noted. Let's get out of here. That's not what he sounded like. Alright, well, doesn't look like got too much to worry about with that restore materia. The timer goes down even when you're in menus, by the way. Yeah, the music in this game is basically incredible. The cinematic experience that this game delivers, if you're not snobby about it, is pretty off the charts. That's right, live drink. Ding! I think it's interesting that because the limit break takes over your normal attack, if you don't want to use it right then, your offload is to use magic instead. I think that's a little interesting. Oh yeah, I wanted to put Cloud in the front row, Baird in the back row. Baird doesn't need to be in the front row because he's got a long range weapon, so he'll get hurt less. My leg got stuck. Your father helped me like that too. So, just a quick design side note, timers in games are there to add urgency. It's like counting down for your kids. Even if there was no urgency. Pretty common. Oh, she's standing up there so that you'll see her. It's an interesting level layout thing. His big old yellow eyebrows. So the difference between the 3D models running around the overworld here and then in combat is pretty crazy. Man, there are a lot of fights in this. Super Metroid has a pretty good timer at the beginning of that game too, also in a similar situation. I think so does Metroid Prime, though I can't remember if it's an explicit timer on the screen. I think it is. Really makes you... So basically, the when there's no pressure, your brain is in a state to learn new things. Come on, Jesse. Oh, so cinematic and a sweeping camera. You can take in new information really well when there's no pressure. So if it's a toy, like just a Rubik's Cube or Minecraft, and there's no pressure, it's in creative mode, you just kind of take information in and you're in kind of the optimal state to learn. Then when you put a external pressure on the player, puts them into the mind frame of not being able to learn anymore and they have to perform. And so that's really good for practice and demonstration of skills. But not really a great state to expect a player to learn something new. So going back and forth, I think this is an interesting introduction, that while the music's really intense and you're storming a reactor, it's not actually a ton of external pressure until the timer goes off, and then you have to just basically get out there as quick as you can. You can't go slow anymore. What about my money? Okay. I mean, okay, can I jump the fence like they did? Not jump the fenceable. Loveless, June 25th. Or 6/25ths, Loveless. Oh, dang. Not very kind. Such a hard crush on Aerith as a kid. One gil, man. It's like one sat. Not a ton of... Alright, so this world is going for the Blade Runner-esque kind of look, and that everything's just naturally dirty. Or am I just in a spot that got slammed by a reactor explosion? Now, I played a little bit of the remake, just the demo, but this portion of the remake is so elaborate. There's all these people that you talk to and you jumping all over things. Well, they're definitely making sure that I don't side with Shinra. There's not much balanced argument against this. Hey, you there. Nope. Didn't make a decision, it decided for me. That's funny. Pretty much always ran before. I wonder what it'd be like if I fought him. My HP and MP are back up. Yeah, so when you only have one person, that timer that you're waiting for to get up to the top to make your next moves takes a little bit. Man, it's hard to look at this game objectively. Yeah. So, is this matchup like Like I'm a Navy SEAL and they're like National Guard volunteers or something. Like they're just not as trained. Ooh, I'm surrounded. That's fun. Yeah, don't get hit from behind. Can't move around either. That's right. Bang, bang. It's interesting. So these guys are like anti-government sentiment, like freedom fighters, or I mean, they seem extraordinarily cool. They're not really hippies. Yeah, look at Cloud's crazy eyebrows. They're so big. So this stuff is fantastic scene setting. Or setting. I don't even know. The non-video gamey stuff where you're just kind of like walking through town here. What people, the everyday person, thinks of your video game shenanigans. I think this is the thing that like absolutely gripped me. It's not like the security stuff is what got me. Please, you're bothering the other passengers. You know, bombs and monitors. It's interesting that she makes the distinction of its scale when it's in a digital world. Seems like the Mako extraction and conversion into electricity is very inefficient, that they need those massive reactors, all 8 of them, and then each one powers the town. Is Midgard the only place that gets Mako energy? So I have like a chip-enabled ID card or something. Why does Shinra do that? Yeah, this is one of those. I don't love video game writing because it has to be so. It's very rarely subtle. There's not a lot of time to cram a lot of information, and so much is explained through gameplay or whatever that, like, why are they explaining this to Cloud? That doesn't make a lot of sense. So he wants to get rid of the pizza. Yeah. That makes sense. He's pretty pissed. Yeah. So then historically, were the plates not there originally and they got expanded across time? Fate. Commentary on Fate. I don't really feel like in Advent Children I really got the sense that this place was entirely covered in there's no sunlight, though makes me wonder now playing the remake for this game if they captured that a lot better. So Dan, new Frame Plus, is going to be analyzing animation from this game pretty soon, and the large animations, over exaggerated animations because we've got such small resolution, probably going to be brought up just watching Jesse jump off the train, or how big the running cycle is, even though you don't really move that fast. Yeah, I mean, I really wouldn't want to go to the train graveyard either. Obsessively saving every time you get a save spot. Definitely. Foreshadowing. So this game and Studio Ghibli, Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, very similar themes. This environmentalist theme. Really just being about good stewardship. And there's something very compelling about this honest take on environmentalist stuff as to the corporatized version that we kind of deal with now. I am definitely not Barrett. Whew, humanize them ASAP. Just a bunch of people in the bar. Actually, as an adult, this game's story is hitting harder. As someone who has kids who is watching country I live in go spin into chaos, and the world around is even more chaotic. And just wanting to have a little bit of a future. And everyone's eking out a little bit of money. Boom. Whip. That I'm too cool. Hop onto the table. Oh, they're saving the cat right now, that's for sure. His obvious Mr. T references are funny. I think it's interesting they locked me to the table through that cinematic. She likes you, Cloud. Likes you. Jeez. Little callous bud. I would like an arcade machine that does that. Pinball machine? Yeah. That goes down in my bucket list as pinball machine on an elevator. So, me and Tifa seem to have a history. I mean, I know their history and everything, but just from the information that I've been given in the game so far, it seems that me and Tifa have a history. And she's had a life that I'm coming into. She seems to know me from when I was a kid, but she knows Barrett from when they're adults. And me and Barrett are brand new. And I've got a sore spot, world weary, I don't talk to nobody. PTSD the kid. Texas sign on the wall. Man, they're like the cypherpunks of their day. Vigilante, something. Yeah, apologize. Be humble. Oh man, there's other places that aren't Midgar. Good idea. Oh, here's said promise. It's interesting, they put quotes around every single thing somebody says. It's pretty cute. What, 15, 16 years old or something like that? Oh, a promise is a promise. Snap. Psst, psst, psst. Hey, you making drinks? You would. Alright, so for the sake of tutorial, I'd like to see what they say. Because materia is incredibly intuitive to me now, but it obviously wasn't always. Curious to see how they explain it. You know, I never noticed the equip effect. That it messes with your basic stats to equip stuff. So that's interesting. Paching. Oh yeah, see they're going over that. I've never noticed this. I feel like that punishment might not be great enough because I just basically always slapped on whatever materia I wanted and it seemed to be okay. Weapon shop man upstairs. Huh. That is not the best translation, meaning it's not super easy to find the weapon shop man. Okay, so here's the thing, is I don't really know if you know what I mean. I don't really know if I will sorry, I don't know if the story here is more compelling to me based on the setting and I've just got sucked in, or if it's Sweet dreams, Pops. Who? Because I would normally be like, I'm so bored, let's just get to more like combat or something like that. And I felt that with other Final Fantasies, but I don't know why this one in particular I don't feel it as hard. That's right, beat the crap out of that kid. Oh. Nice. Hey, what's up, Frog Boy? Welcome to the chat. Disperse. Okay, I seem to remember this guy with the red hair being like a recurring character or something. Oh, I missed my chance to talk to him. I wouldn't worry about it too much, Frog. I only stream on weekdays, and I think you were here for Shadow of the Colossus, right? So that was Friday. I just did Tetris yesterday, so you didn't miss a ton. Hoodlums. That's a good word. Wow, busy with school. What you going to school for? Only devoted employees like me would go to Midgar on a day like today. Busting up my wound. It's a thing. Don't bear it. So, I feel like this stuff, all the explanations of the monitors and things, the secondary purpose is the character building with the female characters and stuff like that. But definitely gets a little, I don't know, it's feeling a little mundane right now. The calm before the storm, and then kicks you into the storm. Like, I was prepped for this, but then it's like, we gotta slow down to get the speed back up again. I'll explain later. There's no time to explain. Yep. Let's get out of her. Oh, that was car one, huh? Stuck on people. Outright. Jeepers. Just my luck. All sorts of hooligans on the train here. Just a moving train. It's cool, guys. Sharp. Cloud's not a very nice guy. Everyone else is much nicer to him. Shrug. Don't get hit by a train. That's right, it does. So this combination, there's like fully action-oriented games, then there's fully interactive fiction type of games where really all you have is the dialogue bits and stuff. And then there's this in-between where there's RPGs that are mostly the role-playing, or like the Skyrim or the Witcher. And this JRPG kind of formula that's like mostly a story. And you do combat in these sections here, and it's definitely not open world. Aww, I was just about to demolish you guys. Aha, okay. So sleep, you go to sleep and you wake back up. The fights are harder suddenly. It's great. So I definitely was wanted to have lightning on that. In these more story-oriented ones, they're a lot closer to interactive fiction, so it's not like a huge leap to go to just dialogue from this, except that... Oh, how'd you get here? Except that there still is the combat, and you are still moving around the world. So then you could have, like, a walking simulator. What does the combat do? Does it just raise the stakes, or if it's just they're different genres and they appeal to different kinds of folks? Okay, so I want to know okay, so it only goes to one side. Where's the healer right now? Okay, so that silk thing made my timer go slower, I think. Which is clever. It's a good status effect. Annoying, but a good one. Okay, so what do I get? I get XP. And then I get money. And I get items. And I just basically select all the items. I don't really have a choice. Yeah. Jesse's cute. That's where I came from. Or is that where I came from? I don't remember. Whoops. That is an unintuitive controller. I pulled the joystick towards the camera, but I should have just continued to hold forward, apparently. Because in this particular case, it's like tank controls. Wrong tunnel. Okay, so both of those pathways funnel me into the same room where I can talk to Jesse, and then I go to this place, correct? We'll see. Yeah. So I moved Barrett to the back row because they have a distance kind of thing where if you're in the front row, you take more damage, but you can deal more damage with melee. But Barrett doesn't have melee attacks; he only has long-range attacks. So he has more effect by standing in the back row because he'll take less damage but deal the same amount of damage with his turrets. I could punch my own teammate to wake them up. I don't know that I've ever done that before. So this game is definitely not fast-paced. Like, you can just get that. If that was a misconception, I don't know. I doubt it is. But it's definitely not fast-paced. Kind of just need to be taken in by the oh, I probably want to do yeah instead of hit. Poison. I love the sound effects in this game. They're just somewhere between 16-bit and high quality. They're obviously very generated. I just like the way it sounds. Okay, so you gotta be okay with the fact that you're gonna be constantly stopped. So if you're like on a roll, don't be just be cool. Just be cool, because the setting's cool, combat system is fun, maybe a little more simple than I think a lot of people would give it credit for. I feel like Final Fantasy VIII, more complicated. Yeah, once again, it'd be really interesting to just do a deep dive on all the combat systems in these games. Certainly not as complicated as Chrono Cross. One of the larger criticisms of this game is that the characters are not unique. I mean, the characters themselves are unique on the outside, but their magic, their combat usefulness, they're not unique. So you just kind of make whoever you're going to make via the materia, which is a valid criticism. So it'd be interesting to see if this game's design would be better if there was more limitations to how you used how you could use magic on these guys or something. I wonder if there's ever been any mods or something to mess with the party system, which characters receive what kind or can use specific kinds of magic, stuff like that, and if that made the game better or worse. Yeah, Cloud's kind of a messed up PTSD kid. Whoa. This is dark. For real. No, forget. Forget about it. Let's set this bomb. Do it. Okay, I need to do anything else? Nope, just get out of here. Let's bust this joint. I wonder if the save system could also be streamlined there. Seem to spend a lot of time saving stuff. So does poison last beyond just the single fight you're in? Shh. Wait, can you like just choose to not take stuff? Funny, I had no idea. Yep, they don't seem to be poisoned. It's convenient. Wonder why they made that decision. Seems more intuitive that they would have to deal with it. It would make poison certainly a lot more detrimental if every couple of steps you took or something took out a 1 HP or something. Then you had to pay attention until you cured it with an antidote or maybe a time left. Okay, so entered a different way than we're exiting. I also think it's interesting that there is like an acceptable level of damage that your characters can have in a game like this. You just kind of like monitor it slowly across time, and none of them are ever perfect. I know how to do this. Jesse taught me. Could use one of those. Interesting minigame. Wonder the purpose of the minigame. For it to be as involved as it was, right? So am I just really, really high above the slums right now? Oh man. Nice. Cloud Dome. So Cloud has some serious memory problems. He's like the most Snidely Whiplash boring villain, horde villain. Very stereotypical. Stereo. Oh yeah, boss battle music. So good. I'm just gonna hammer on this guy. That's pretty slick. Got it. Oh man. Really wanted that to be like a hard fight. I was super down for that one. Whoa. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get far enough into this for the combat to get interesting. Oh, this pre-rendered video has lower res characters instead of the combat ones. they should have pre-rendered it with the combat character models. Interesting production choice. Wonder why they did that way. Who's talking to me in my head? Frog, I love that question. Is this your most modern game in your list? Absolutely not. No, I'm not just playing retro games. I think the most modern game might be Baldur's Gate 3, which was last year. No, there's plenty of good games coming up and everything. I'm pretty sure Call of Duty Black Ops is on the list. Definitely have GTA 5. Let's see if I sort these by year. Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom, Baldur's Gate 3, Elden Ring, Last of Us Part 2, Hades, Disco Elysium, Outer Wilds, Celeste, Red Dead Redemption 2. On the flip side, there's like Donkey Kong, Tetris, Super Mario Brothers, Mario Brothers 3, stuff like that. Flowers that I just crushed. I just fell through your roof and landed on your flowers. She kind of seems like the awkward homeschool girl. Which I say as someone who's homeschooling their kids. Want to be clear, that's not a derogatory term to be the awkward homeschool kid. Apparently I don't like getting laughed at. I'm just some dude at the church. It's cool. It's what I do. Wait. Okay. She's pretty forward. Cloud's going crazy. So Reno, as portrayed in Advent Children and Onward, very different than the one that I got from the game. I like the slower Reno more than the goofy Rebel Reno. You're gonna catch holy hell. Pretty great. Alright, so I just got a couple more minutes before I need to jump. But see if I can finish this sequence or maybe do a battle and then I'll head out. Ah. Man, what a bunch of punks. You know, with the PlayStation controller, it's easier to use the D-pad than it is on other controllers. like you can use the stick pretty easily, but it's not the default where your hand goes. Why is tomorrow a bad day, Frog? September 11th, or something in your personal life? What's going on, man? Yeah, so how is September 11th perceived in other parts of the world? Because I definitely know how I feel about it in the US. It was on my land, you know, and I know where I was when it happened and things. It was very life-changing. But for folks in other parts of the world, I'm curious how that affected y'all. How does it continue to affect you? Oh, that was quite the jump off the roof of the church. The Temple of Time. I guess they were after Aerith, not me. If I'm so I absolutely had a crush on Aerith as a kid, and my wife was like, "What, that panty waist? Too feminine girl that you need to save all the time." My wife liked Tifa growing up. It's funny. Makes a lot of sense. Tifa kicks butt. You know, for not being incredibly subtle at the beginning of the game, they do meter out some interesting stuff. in layers. Get to a save point. And then I should have taken the materia off Barrett. I knew I should have. Alright, save point, gonna check off. Check out? Check off. Check off from Star Trek. Yeah, this was a really good refresher because I haven't played it in so many years, but I'm not gonna have a hard time writing the script for this game. This game is really good. It's really good still. It's got flaws, it's aged some. But it's extremely good quality, especially for the time. Expanded on a lot of things. The combat system is interesting. I actually don't know how the combat system compares to Final Fantasy VI, but we'll play that later. We'll be able to compare that. It's always important to look in context, or how things were done in context of the year and stuff. I think this came out in 2006. I'm not entirely sure, so if it is, it's the same year as Ocarina of Time. Yeah, the visuals are stunning, and what they were able to do with the PlayStation storage space on each CD is pretty great. You know, most of it's just storing the background images. Very expensive game because of that. I think playing it at the lower resolution was better. Things pixely and at the frame rate that was lower, I think is good. Yeah, I'm not... The story is obviously deep, it's super convoluted, I know how convoluted it gets. But at this point it's not convoluted, it's just interesting. But the cinematic level and bar to this game, and the depth of the story, that it's like mostly story with some combat, I think is interesting difference between all of the other games I've played so far, which are have been primarily mechanically driven. So that this one is so narrative heavy with so little interaction in comparison, and it's carried up through the years, I think is really a testament to the traditional storytelling, that gameplay mechanics and stuff and a linear storyline still have a lot of pull, even in an interactive media. So I'm not entirely sure the nuance of that. It's something that I feel like is a hill that I should die on to tease that out. It's what I'm interested in as a designer. So we'll see. But with that said, tomorrow is classic Doom, like 1993 Doom, the ultimate Doom. We're going to play that for probably about 2-3 hours, something like that. See how far we can get. I think once I get past my, like, I know the first episode so darn well, that I don't really have to be good at the game. I just do it by muscle memory, but I think it'll be interesting to get beyond that and play some of the later episodes and see how the game feels beyond the initial stuff. So anyway, y'all, I will